Are there fanfic terms that used to be common, but fell by the wayside? Not to sound like a reminiscing senior citizen, but it's kind of funny how I used to come across "warning, lemon" tags even in the middle of a fic, and how sex scenes were referred to as lemons, and if implicit, limes, instead of smut. Now I barely, if ever, see that anymore, but I doubt it's the only fandom term that diminished in use. Credit to Reddit user NoContract7358 for starting this thread on the fanfiction subreddit. And let's go read some answers. Warning, fic contains boy kissing. Warning, yaoi. That means boy x boy. Don't like, don't read. I think orbs is on its way out. Thank goodness. With how often I see it mentioned in pet peeve threads, you'd think it was ubiquitous. But I think the last time I saw it used in earnest was like 15 years ago. I still remember some writer waxing eloquent about a character's deep chocolate orbs, creamy skin, and cherry red lips. Made me so hungry. Not really a term, but people used to put little role plays with the characters at the end of their fics, like Sasuke, I can't believe you made me gay. Author, OMG, we all know you always were. Sasuke grumbles while walking away in defeat. And author commentary throughout the fic, especially when the most vanilla fade to black smex scene was going to happen. OMG, 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 it's here, okay? If you don't want to read the snex, then skip down to XOXOXOXO. You don't see lol so random style humor much anymore. You used to see it in author's note skits all the time, like, I has a spork, I stabs you, XD. Oh noes, why you do this to me? It's okay, we can has cheese now. Peak 2011. I miss glomping. Both the word and the action, if I'm being real. Me too, though I have to admit I am now too old for these bones to withstand a flying tackle hug at full speed. Flames was more fun than hate comments. Flames will be used to roast marshmallows. Ah, the memories. Back in the day, we used to say flame wars. Now it's just discourse. I haven't seen the phrases toeing out of their shoes or carding their fingers through their hair for a while. What about padding down the stairs? Nobody squees about their OTPs anymore. Sad. I do. Based and correct. Squick, which fell out of popularity when people started using triggered, even though it doesn't even fucking mean the same. I still use squick. Maybe it marks me as an old, but I find it useful as a term for something milder than a trigger, but stronger than normal dislike. A squick is something you don't like that you're well aware other people do like. It has a perfect right to exist even if I don't want to read it. But someone decided, like with the phrase, I find that offensive or that offends me, that saying something triggers them sounds a lot more legit and important than just saying, I have no interest in that, I don't like it. There are genuine triggers that may affect mental health, watered down and co-opted to serve the, I don't want to see it and I shouldn't have to, y'all have to cater to me, contingent entitled childish whiny complaints. Author-written disclaimer notices. When I posted my Mario fic and didn't get a cease and desist notice from Nintendo's legal department, I knew the era of cheeky, please don't sue chatter was mercifully over. Oh my goodness, this just unlocked a core memory. So many authors that need you to know that they don't own the property that they're writing about. Those poor souls. I can think of a handful of smaller archives that required disclaimers at the start of fics you uploaded and would remove your fic if you didn't have one. Misting was huge back in the day and very much dead now. Only 90s kids will remember this. MST will never die, even though they tried to kill it with a forklift. What is it? Mystery Science Theater 3000 was an old show that would buy the airing rights to terrible movies. Then they'd put a little silhouette of 3 guys in cinema chairs at the bottom of the screen and just record themselves making fun of the movie the whole time. Misteen was the fanfic version of that. Someone would find a bad fic, copy it, and then interject throughout the whole thing, making jokes about it. Some people would use their own fic characters to do it, some would use the canon characters, some would just use author inserts and do the joking in a group with other writers. It would never go over on AO3 because pretty much no one asked permission to do it. Exclamation marks to denote types of AUs, like say Akatsuki exclamation mark Naruto AU, or something similar. It was really popular in the Tumblr Ask blog era. I still use it. This is definitely still used in some places, and it's practically ubiquitous in the Undertale AU space. Woobifying, or however you spell it, for canon problematic characters or villains. I'll never stop using that term. You don't hear much talk of Mary Sue's anymore. Unfortunately, I suspect it's because most of what would once have been written as OC fics are now ex-readers. I do see it on Twitter, but it's mostly people misusing the term to mean female character I don't like, i.e., there's nothing new under the sun. Kink Tomato, Your Kink Is Not My Kink and That's Okay, and Don't Like Don't Read are both dying out, being killed by the rise in purity culture and kink shaming in fandom. It really sucks. For me, it'll always be, if it don't float your boat, don't go boating, over Don't Like Don't Read, even though I know it fell out of fashion years ago. WAF, but I'm bound and determined to bring it back. WAF was my first thought too. Warm and fuzzy or fluffy feelings, for those who've never seen the acronym. As others have said, WAF, but also WUMP. I see it a lot less. It's replaced with hurt comfort, but WUMP has always been different to me, in that it's very much a stronger emotion. Also, crack and crack ships, crack treated seriously. It just seems far less used both in content and terms. Smarm, which was like intense hurt comfort. Fluff used to be schmoop, and curtain fic for domestic bliss fics. Also, way less entitlement from both readers and writers. I would say people don't use seme and uke anymore, but I also saw a fic using the seme and uke tags last week, and it felt like I was ejected from my body. Dear God, you just transported me back 10 years. Placement in ship name as a way to show top and bottom, or doing one name 2 times if they switched, like Sasu Naru Sasu. Also using NC-17 and R type of ratings instead of explicit and mature. Character name order in ship names to denote top and bottom is still very much a thing in Eastern fandoms, like Japan, China, Korea, etc. Several Japanese artists I follow blacklisted the version of the ship name that has the order reversed from their personal preference, for example. Ship names have largely fallen out of popularity with the advent of AO3's tagging system. They used to be super popular though, and some older fandoms still use them. Can't tell if I miss their prevalence or not. On one hand, it's really cool when the whole fandom comes together to agree on a specific term, and some of them are really clever or funny. On the other hand, their use makes some fandoms really hard to navigate. For reference, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shipping wiki. Back when I was actively reading Teen Wolf fics, I feel like I saw Puppy Pile constantly, edging out into other fandoms as well. I don't think I see it often now. That's kinda an adorable term. What was the meaning? I've never seen this one. Basically, the whole pack of wolf shifters, magic users, and humans would sleep over on someone's living room floor on sleeping bags, or maybe in a pack house. Movies, bonding, snacks, and popcorn, sometimes on a full moon night. Sometimes with everyone cuddled up to the pack alpha, occasionally with shifted wolves, often with complaints of waking up to feet and faces, cold hands burrowed under someone's side, and usually any PDA from couples jeered away. It was cute, and emphasized pack as found family themes. Reading this and the comments has taken me to a simpler time when I didn't have bills, LMAO. Ah, the good old days. Big thank you to my Patreon members, my Little Ruse, Nebulatic Vexen, Donka42, John Huang, Laser Scorpio, Night Avenger, Mintara, Somnophobic Danny, Savage Otters, Valzy, Terabyte AIX, Kestrel, Dragonborn Canid, Angie Ender, and Marpsk. Thank you so much for extra support on Patreon. It means the world to me. Hope you guys are doing well. Really appreciate you guys sticking around, and I wish you guys the very best, as always. Keep on being awesome, and believe in yourself. The same goes to my YouTube channel members, my Mini Ruse, Foxstar Killer, Rainy Cant, and Alelawin North 24. Thank you so much for extra support. I'm so glad to have you be part of my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here and sharing your comments. I really do appreciate it. More than I can express because I'm bad at expressing myself, but you guys are very appreciated and I hope you guys are doing great. And thank you to everyone else for watching too. I hope you enjoyed the video and let me know, what are some relatively outdated fanfiction terms that you remember from the past? Sometimes newer terms for things might be easier to understand for outsiders looking in, but a lot of the older terms are also just really fun, and it's great to go look up the origins of where they came from. If you're really interested in fandom culture, you should do that sometime and just look up these terms and see how many years ago and from where they first started. It's really cool stuff. I think so anyway, and it's kind of late for me as I record this, so I gotta go to bed. So sweet dreams, everyone, and have fun being creative.